and thank you for tuning in. Rose Ward, Stampersdelight.com. I hope you're all having a wonderful evening today, and happy Monday. So, if you're watching me for the first time, let me know. Say hi. Let me know if you're watching me on YouTube or Facebook, and also if it's your first time watching me. Definitely give me comments, ask me questions. If I don't get back to you right away during the broadcast, I definitely will when we are done. Okay, so grab your coffee, grab your tea, and come stamp with me. So I have my crafty, classy, and a little bit sassy mug today. And I also have the matching sweatshirt on. Hey, Kathleen, how are you? I miss you, my friend. Hey, France. Hey, Denise. Hey, Joyce. Glad you could all join me. I want to put this somewhere where I'm not going to knock it over. Okay. How's everybody doing? Oh, gosh, good. We've got a lot of people on. Don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Follow me on Facebook. And also tell all your friends about my channel, okay? All right, so let's get started. Okay, so, well, actually, I back it up a moment. I want to remind you that the new annual catalog starts on May 3rd. Like, I have to remind anybody of that, right? I think we all know that. Couple of things going on right now. There's still time to get in on the Sweet Delicious Fun Fold Club. You can join that at any month and stay as long as you'd like. There's a description, or there will be a description below, or go to Stampersdelight.com, my blog. Sign up for my newsletter, and you'll get all the information from there. Hi, Deborah. Hi, Grace. Hi, Judith. Just a quick reminder that I've announced the Bottled Happiness bundle is my May online class, and you can click the link below when we're done and sign up for that class. Also, I have my Paper Share Plus embellishment ribbon share going on right now. Sign up by May 1st. Again, there's links below, or there will be when we're done with the video, so you can sign up right online. Don't forget the paper pumpkin this month, because some lucky winners are going to win a golden voucher, good for free merchandise through Stampin' Up. We've also got the Share of Hope paper pumpkin that was out last year. That's on the clearance rack right now for $9.50 for the complete kit. And then you can also buy the refills. I mean, amazing, isn't it? Randy, my Easter was wonderful. Thank you. YouTube isn't showing you a video, at least not on my iPad. Okay, Grace. Well, I see other people in red, which means they are on YouTube, I believe. So if somebody can let me know if their YouTube is working, then I know it's Grace's and not us. So there's the Share Hope paper pumpkin that you can get at half price. Also, if you like my mug and other crafty apparel, go to Stampersdelightshop.com. And you can order the mug for yourself or the crafter in your life. There's a bunch of good things out there. A new item is a glass cutting board with the grab your coffee, grab your tea on there. Come stamp with me. And that could be used for crafts too. So great idea. Okay, Denise is all good on YouTube. Grace, you might want to get off that iPad and onto a computer. Okay, and I am going to announce today that the Sweet Delicious Fun Fold Club next month is the Hues of Happiness. And if you notice there was a slight increase in shipping through Stampin' Up, and a slight increase on some of the products in the new catalog. Therefore, Donna and I had to recalculate our Sweet Delicious Club. So there is a slight change on that, but trust me, you will love this Fun Fold Club. And anybody that's already on the Fun Fold Club that's here tonight, just, give us a little shout out. Tell us how great you liked it, okay? Or you're loving it. Hey, Maureen, glad to see you. How's things in Canada? Okay, all that's good. A couple of shout outs here that I didn't get to on Friday. Another Easter card from Cindy and Ray. Thank you, Cindy. You'll be back at the class this week. I have started my in-person classes again. We have another Easter card here from a team member, Donna. Thank you so much. And this card, I feel bad. I just found this and I didn't give a shout out to team member Jean. This was like a month ago, but thank you, Jean. And then a shout out to another team member, Molly, for a thank you card that she sent me. So thank you all for your cards. I truly do appreciate them, and I do save them. Okay, now I can't show you, of course, the catalog, but if you're following along, tonight I am going to showcase Sun Prints, which is on page 90 and 91 of the catalog. Here's the stamp set, and then the dies. I think you're going to love this. I just absolutely love the papers. And I did show you the papers in my unboxing, so I'm not going to go through all the papers again. But you can check those out. I think it's on page 133. Whoop. And then here's the dies. Great dies, too. And then, of course, you have the matching designer series paper. I'm going to leave that open because I will be using that. And this great new fern embossing folder. Nice 3D deep impression one, okay? Okay, thanks. So YouTube is working. We know it's Grace's iPad. Okay. I'll just keep an eye on my thing here too, because sometimes weather is definitely a factor always with live videos. So this is the fern embossing folder. Now what you're going to see me use also, you're going to see a couple of samples with the prize Peony. One of my favorite, oh, it's snowing in Illinois. Oh, Cheryl, I'm sorry. Prize Peony, this bundle is retiring, and I love this set. Not only do I love the stamps themselves, but I love the font so much so that I used that for my mom's 89th birthday card last year because she just turned 90. So, all right, so this is being retired. Okay, so if you're following along again on page 90 is the Sun Prints. Let me show you a couple of samples. And if you have your catalog, when you go to page 90, there is a card there in the lower left-hand corner that you ever get those cards, and I know you all do. You get a card or you see a card and it's not anything really fancy. It's not a fancy fold or anything like that, but it absolutely hits you and you just have to do it. You have to make it. So the left-hand, the left-hand page down in the corner, there's a card there. And let me just show you the die. Now I know this die right here cuts this out. Okay. And then I knew somehow they cut this part out with the die, but you see it didn't have those little tail pieces. I guess you could cut it off if you want, but I'm going to show you a trick tonight on how you can get this edge right here from that die. So this is, okay, and I did a couple of things here. This card is similar to the card on page 90. However, this is using the designer series paper. Look how gorgeous this paper is. And also, I want to tell you that the gems I'm using tonight, probably one of my favorite, and I am going to be so sad to see them go, and that's the Holiday Rhinestones. We have the Coastal Cabana or Pool Party in here, the Night and Navy, and Night and Navy and Pool Party or Coastal Cabana, whichever one it is in here, they match this print so nice. So grab those while you can because they are not coming back in the new catalog. So this is the card that I cased from the catalog. Hello from Germany. And it is just a heartfelt thank you card. That's all it says. I didn't put anything on the inside. I don't put anything usually on the inside of my thank you cards because I like to write my own message. But this is this card. I don't know what it is. It's just, I loved it. Thank you, Kathy. Yes, definitely share my videos. I'm at 9,880 YouTube subscribers. Almost at 10,000. Thank you all from the bottom of my heart. Okay, so This is that's the card that I was talking about. Then I stepped it up a little bit because if you look at that card again on page 90, they didn't use designer series paper. They used cardstock and the embossing folder. And that's how the card in the catalog looks. And that's with our white craft ink. So this one is really cased from the catalog. My white ink isn't as dark as theirs. And then what I did was I just did the same card with designer series paper. Oh, yeah, Bree stocked up on those rhinestones. Yeah, they're the best. So same card, same idea, just a little bit different technique. And of course, this is a little hello there. And there will be still shots on my blog tomorrow and on Facebook. So those are two of the cards I did. Then I also saw another card in there that I liked, but I wanted to do a little heat embossing tonight. So what I did is I used the back of our designer series paper, and I'm going to show you that in a minute. And what I did was I heat embossed using the white craft ink. And then I distressed the edges. And then again, I'm in love. I am in love with this die. I'll tell you right now, you're going to see that on a lot of my cards. Thank you. And then you're on my mind. So that was another card that I did. I kind of got the idea from the catalog, but this was my own. Okay. And there you can see I got those rhinestones. So that was 3 cards. Now, before I stamp and I show you how I did all that, excuse me, I want to show you something else with that. On page 133, we have the pretty prints. The pretty prints are basically the same prints of the sun print, but in different colors. So what I did with that, and I'm using some other items, is I took the Evening Evergreen, again with that die, and the sentiments from the sun prints, and of course our evergreen ribbon that's in the catalog now. There's those rhinestones, those holiday rhinestones. Thank you, Marilyn. And this is the large die, the wreath die. And what I used for that is the supple shimmer paper that's in the mini catalog. It says it's blue, but to me it's iridescent. So that goes with any of these colors. It brings out whatever color you're working on. So just use those sun prints, layered it up, and made a hello there card. You're on my mind. Okay, so that's the pretty prints, which has the same prints as the sun prints. The next one in the sun prints, or pretty prints, is the Bermuda Bay. Same idea. Okay, love and thanks to a dear friend. Now, this is where I use the prize peony, which is being retired. Same idea, just layered it with the different, now you see it's different prints. Quick, easy cards, but they look gorgeous, don't they? And again, with that beautiful die and those holiday rhinestones. And this one I didn't glue down very good, did I? Okay, so there's a nice friend card. So we have another option there. Then I used the Blackberry Bliss, and this one is probably my favorite color. Unfortunately, I did need a couple of sympathy cards this week. So again, this is where the prize peony comes in, because it's got love and thanks to a dear friend. My thoughts are with you. So sorry for your loss. And I did the same thing using that subtle shimmer paper from the mini catalog with some iridescent rhinestones, the iridescent ribbon. And I made a card with, again, same prints, just a different card. This suite and these papers are the kind, like I said, you don't need a fun fold. They just look gorgeous the way they are. And last but not least, with the pretty prints, I used the Calypso Coral. And I made another, yes, I needed a couple, unfortunately, another sympathy card using the Calypso Coral. So there you have basically the same card, 4 different colors from the sun print, the pretty prints. And I know I'll be using this a lot more. Okay. So the other thing I wanted to show you, let me just move these out of the way, is I'm going to bring in that, if you can see it, that embossing folder. Look at that embossing folder, how great that looks. And of course, this I can make into another card. But I wanted to show you before, you know, that how beautiful that is. Okay, so let's start. Oh, I got another one here. I thought I was missing one. Back to the sun prints. This is one that I did with the sun print collection. Here I used white, the wreath in white, and then I used our new in color glitter paper. Thank you, Marilyn. Okay, and our Tahitian Tide, best wishes and happy thoughts, because this paper actually has the starry sky. It's got some Pacific Point, but I also think the Tahitian Tide goes with it. You love the DSP. Thank you, Judith. And this is, whoop, let me show you this one. This is actually another one I'm going to show you. This is a gift card holder. Okay, so when you open it up here, this isn't a gift card. It's a key card from one of my trips. But so you have this little pocket here, and you can make that into a gift card holder. You could also put a check in there, lottery tickets. If you're my family, they love the lottery tickets. So that's a little gift card holder. Okay, so let's get started and let me show you a couple of things. So the first thing I'm going to show you is this one. Now these are going to be a little bit different than what I did, but this is the Starry Sky. I'm going to go ahead and fold that in half, grab my bone folder. And then these are the two pieces that I'm going to be using. Before I do that, this is a regular base card. This is 4 by 5 1/4, so it layers right on top there. The first thing I'm going to do with this is I'm going to bring in my embossing folder. Okay. And on the side that says Stampin' Up, I don't need the embossing. The embossing's for next. Sorry. This is the, I just need the ink right now. I should be putting something down on this. Let me do that. I don't want it on my paper. I'm going to show you how I got that look. So I'm taking the white craft ink, and I am just inking that up. Okay, I'm going to put that aside for a minute. And then I am going to bring in, let me just grab my plate. See where my plate is? There it is. Okay, and I am going to put this paper right inside here. I'm going to bring in my die cutting machine. And I have some of the old plates here, so bear with me. And I am going to run that through. Okay. So it's the ink on the embossing folder. I'm going to open that up. And there you have, it does have to dry a little bit. You can put clear embossing powder on it. That's how I did this embossing. Thank you, Randy. That's how I did this card. So we're going to let that dry for a minute. And in the meantime, I'm going to bring in these two pieces that I was showing you. Okay, so this piece is going to go right on top of here when I'm done. And this one will be layered on top of that. So let's go ahead and do some stamping first. So I'm going to grab the little, I use a lot of thank you cards. So I'm going to grab the thank you, a heartfelt thank you. I'm going to grab this. I'm going to use the Starry Sky. I'm going to go ahead and stamp that. Okay, so that's inked up. While I'm waiting a few minutes for that, I'm just going to grab my piece of white, which Let me just grab that. I got to turn my turntable around here. There we go. I'm just letting that dry for a few minutes. So let me grab this beautiful stamp. I'm going to stamp that. I'm going to stamp the envelope. Doing all my stamping while I'm waiting for that to dry. And again, you can heat emboss it if you wanted to. Okay, those are all aside now. Okay, so for this one right here, and to make that piece right there, there's actually two ways you can do it. So let me bring the die cutting machine back in. And I want to get this in camera view so you can see it. I've done it both ways. It's really whichever way is easier for you. So I am going to put this in here. This strip is 2 inches wide. Here's the die. Now, of course, let me just show you again. This is what the die looks like when you cut it out. But I only want that little bottom piece. So what I'm going to do is I am sliding it in like that. And let me show you up close. So there's the die, right? And there's the front of it because I only want that piece. I don't want the whole die. So I'm going to just angle that right there. And then just slide it through. Move this over here and pull it out. And you're going to see what happens. It fell out already, but so what happens is I just get that angled or that rounded part. Can you see that? Which is the bottom half. Okay, so let's bring this piece in now. Should be pretty well dry. And what I'm going to do first is I'm going to grab some dimensionals, wherever they may be. There they are. And I'm going to add some dimensionals to this. So I'm going to grab 4 of those. I'm putting them on the back side. And I'm layering that right on top there. This is going to lay right on top. Now you see it's too long, but that's fine. I have to do it longer so that I make sure that if I make a mistake, I can cut it off. So I'm just going to snip off a little bit of that. I want it about 4 inches long, which is about the same size as this. And if you want it, see that's it. I can make it shorter if I want like this one. So maybe I will. So you just trim the straight part off. Oh, you like that tip, huh? Yeah, I mean, you can get a nice edge there. Okay, so we're going to go with that. And we're going to add some Stamp and Seal here. Going to add that right there. And of course, here's the thank you. I think I'm going to use dimensionals on this too. Remember, it's basically the same card. I'm just changing it up. So you get a couple of different ideas. We're going to put some dimensionals here. So you got 2 tips tonight there. How to do the embossing with the white craft ink and how to make another edge there. Okay, then I'm going to I already cut these out just for time's sake. We have a nice big one here. Now this was supposed to be yellow, but it got a little green ink on there. So got a little bit of yellow and green. I think I'm going to put that right there. Let's see what else I got. I made a bunch of these up ahead of time. I'm just going to put a whole bunch of flowers there. Look at that. What do you think? I don't want to use them all, though. I don't think I want the 2 big ones. I want this one. So I cut all these up ahead of time because I do have a couple of cards to do. Okay, so those are going to get tucked back there. And somewhere is my Wink of Stella, because you know I'd want to add Wink of Stella. So I'm going to put that one there. I'll add a dimensional here. Dorothy from California, how are you? That's a team member. It's so glad to see you. I'm so happy you joined us. I'm going to stick one back here too, I think, just to keep it in place. Okay, and then I've got this little guy. I'm going to lay him right on top. So I'm going to grab some mini dimensionals for that. Oh, thank you, Sue gave me a thumbs up. How many thumbs up can I get tonight? Okay, so let's move that out of the way. I'm going to put this one right on top, over a little bit so you can see all the flowers. Now, this is where those great gems come into play that are retiring. And I'm going to actually grab the lighter ones to brighten it up. So I'm going to add one there, one there. There we go. Okay. And then I'm going to go ahead and put this inside. Actually, I'm going to add a little ribbon. I want a little ribbon there too. So let's grab the starry sky. I'm just going to make a nice little bow. There we go. And trim that off. And the nice thing about this ribbon is you can actually fray it. Let me just show you. I don't know if you can see it on the paper, but you can fray this. I kind of like that frayed look. I'm going to grab a glue dot. Grab that right there. Okay, and then I'm going to grab, I always say I'm going to grab. I'm not grabbing stuff, am I? Okay, we're going to add this to the inside. There we go. So basically the same card, little change up, but now you see how to make that edge if you want, and also how to do the white ink with the embossing folder. So there's one project. Let's move this out of the way. Okay, the next project. Remember this one where I had embossed white embossing? Okay, well I'm gonna do that. So let me show you what this is. That's the back side, that's the front. This is actually this paper, and I want to grab it for a reason, because it really killed me to cut this paper, but I like the back of it. So these papers, this is this paper right here, and I don't want to cut this. I didn't want to cut it because I know I'm going to use that for a scrapbook page, but this area here, or the whole back side, is perfect for what I wanted to do. So I did cut that. So you see that I got that one. I didn't do that. That's right here. See that little piece right there? And that's where I cut it. I cut this 4 by 5 1/4. Now what I'm going to do is I am going to take, you can use Versamark, or you can use the white craft ink. Since I have the white craft ink here, that's what I'm using, but Versamark is fine too. Okay, I do have to clean this because I think I want to use this one. So let me just clean this off, because now this is our chamois, and I do use it. I cut it in half for my videos here, so it's not such a big piece. Okay, so I am cleaning that off. All right, now I'm just going to take the white craft ink, and again, you can use the Versamark, but because I had this open, I'm using that. That little guy's going to work out perfect. He's going to stay right there. And I'm just going around and inking that in the white. And then I'm going to take, I think, this little flower, and I'll just put that right in the middle. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and bring in my embossing tray. Did everybody get to see my Scrapbook Sunday yesterday with the tea suite? Oh my gosh, I had so much fun with that. And I'm just going to sprinkle that all over. Let me grab my scissors. Got all kinds of stuff all over here. Okay. Give it a little flick. The cool thing about this, and I am going to move this right out of my way so I don't blow it all over, is that this is the kind of card that if you have little specks of white left, leave it. It adds to it. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and heat this up and hope that I don't blow a fuse because I got so many lights on. So you're hearing the heat gun. Hi, Sandy. Donna Gray. Hello, my friend. It was nice talking to you yesterday. I look forward to our FaceTime tomorrow night. So I'm just heating that up. And I like to heat from the front and then turn it over just to keep the paper from warping too much. Just remember, watch your fingers. Thank you, Cindy. Okay, there we go. It's heating up nicely now. So actually, there's a couple techniques I'm showing you tonight. Tweezers work very well when you're doing heat embossing also. And mine, I'm sure, are right here. And I'll find them when we're done. Okay, I'm going to give it one more whirl around. Make sure it's nice and heated up. Okay. And you can see that little spot right there fit perfect in there, right? Okay. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to, again, Starry Sky. I'm going to fold that in half. I'm going to cut a piece of the designer series paper that I just showed you. But I will be honest and show you something. Okay, so I have a hard time with using one side or the other because they're so gorgeous. But for this one, I had no trouble because this isn't probably one of my favorite. So it was okay. I didn't have a hard time cutting this one. I'm going to cut this. Now this one's going to be at 4 inches. Okay. 4 inches by 5 1/4. And then this one has to be a little bit smaller, so this one's going to be 3 3/4. And I'm going to do this one by 5. So I heated it up and trimmed some off. This is already at 5. Perfect. That's where I want it. Bring this in, and these are going to get layered right on top of here. Now, to distress your paper, we used to have a distressing tool, but I don't know where mine is, and we don't sell them anymore. So I wanted to show you, you can do it very gently with your scissors and just rough up those edges. The other thing that works, and I'm going to grab it, it's right behind me on my desk. And I know you all have one of these too. Okay, so you can use the paper like that. Or you can use one of these sanding blocks, and I know you all use them for your nails. And you can kind of distress it with this. Okay, and tear up some of those fibers this way. I think the scissors work a little bit better, but whichever one you want to use. don't have to do a lot of distressing, but you do want to get those fibers off your paper. I'm going to do the same thing with this. Now, the only thing with the Designer Series paper, opposed to when you're distressing regular paper, is it is thinner, so be careful. You might want to, you might get little chunks pulled out of it, but that only adds to it as far as I'm concerned. I think it looks just as nice with all of that. Okay, so we're just going to... Hi, Janice. Okay, so now I got all these little fibers. Let me get rid of that. Blow that off. Okay. And then this one is going to go just a little bit off-centered. And this one's going to go the opposite way. So I'm going to glue this one down first. Make sure my flower is the right side up. I'm just going to put a little glue right there. So this one's going to go like right about here. And this one's going to go like that. I'm laying it down first because then I'm going to add some ribbon. So let me grab that Starry Sky again. Yeah, I'm kind of... It's sort of like the Misty Moonlight phase that I went through. Now I'm going through the Starry Sky. I'm going to just add a little glue there. I'm going to wrap that right around. Trim that off. How we doing so far? Okay, I'm going to add that. Put that right down there. Okay, get all those little fibers off. I'm going to grab one of those tags again, which I made a bunch of them. And the best thing is if you have scrap pieces of white, perfect to make all these little tags. This one I'm going to have, let's see, Best Wishes. Grab my ink again. Best wishes and happy thoughts. I meant to, well, I might as well tell you why I'm stamping. The winner of the card from Friday was Kim Snow, and Kim, your card went out today. So I will be pulling a name from today's comments or tonight's comments, and somebody will get one of these cards. So if you want one of these free cards, all you got to do is leave me a comment, share my videos, subscribe to my channel. And that's also how you have a chance to win one of 2 mini embossing machines that I'm giving away as soon as I earn the incentive trip. And that should happen probably within the next month. So if you want a chance to get a free embossing machine, mini embossing machine, you either need to place an order, share my videos, comment, follow me on YouTube, follow me on Facebook, leave me a comment on Instagram, TikTok. I'm out there all over the place. Okay, there's that. So let's bring in a couple more of those little pieces that I've already cut. Add some color to it, maybe some yellow. Just going to tuck those back there. Blue doesn't really show up, so let me see if I do a yellow one in that. I don't know if I did, but I got a little yellow flower, so maybe I'll just put that, tuck him back there. Nah. I wanted what I want. Okay, well, I guess we'll go with this one. Maybe I'll just add that right there. Yeah, I could do that. All right, so let's take these 2 and grab some dimensionals. Thank you, Kathy. Let's do this. I still have one more to go, so hang in there with me. Take those off. Oop, don't put them upside down. I just wanted to add a little bit of color there, so I'm just going to tuck this one in over here, I think. And then maybe, I have a lot of the Tahitian Tide ones, so I'm going to add him back there too. Okay. And, oh, I do have my Wink of Stella. Good. I didn't think I had it. I'm going to add some Wink of Stella all over. Ooh, the blue on Wink of Stella does bleed, so be careful. Okay. All right. Then I'm going to bring in some of those rhinestones again that are being retired. I think I'll use the darker ones this time. So let's go ahead and grab that. So you can see, same card, just changing it up a little bit. I'm going to put a dark one there. A couple of them here. Might as well use that last one up, right? We'll put him right there. All right, and then for the inside, best wishes and happy thoughts. I don't think I'm going to put anything on the inside because I'm not sure. Well, you're on my mind would work, huh? No, I think I'm going to leave this one blank. So I am going to bring in this stamp now for the inside. What's the name of the set? The name of the set is, now I forgot, we've been working on it, Sunprints Sweet Collection, and that is available May 3rd. Unless you'd like to join my team now, then you can get that collection now with your starter kit. And I'd love to have you on my team. I see quite a few of my team members. Thank you, Nancy. And thank you, Kathy. Okay, so there's that one. And you can see just by the different tones in the same paper that it looks different. See, it's darker here, lighter there. I love that. I love that with these designer series papers, these sun prints. Okay. So there's our second card. Okay. And again, still shots will be on my blog tomorrow and Facebook tomorrow. Dorothy, you're doing great. Can't wait till May 3rd. Looking forward to buying some of the new Stampin' Up! Products. You got it, Dorothy. I know. I know the pre-order didn't seem to be enough, did it? we want more. Okay, so let's bring in our last one. And somewhere that card is right here so I can show you what we're going to do with that one. I'm just going to close these inks up, and I may have to clean the stamps. So this was the Tahitian Tide gift card holder, money holder, lotto ticket holder, whatever you want to use it for. And for that, this is 4 1/4 by 12 inches. Okay, that's the size you need for that. And then what we're going to do is we are going to score it. Let's see, this is, I got to see where I'm scoring this. I'm going to bring it in at 5 1/4. I believe that's how I did it. I didn't write the dimensions down. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and score that at 5 1/4. Okay, so that's really half the card. But you need to have a little scoring done here. And let me just, because I didn't write it down, let me just tell you where I scored that. That's about, let me say, 1 inch. So I'm going to fold that first. And the way you can tell is just by folding it. And there's your flap. So actually it's a little bit more. So you're going to fold that up. That's probably the easiest way to do it, like a matchbook. Okay. Again, I didn't really have any directions. I just made this. Okay, so then, and you can really make it any size you want. So for this part, I'm going to start with gluing that down. Hello from Germany, another Germany. Thank you for tuning in. We've got Australia, we've got Germany, we got the US, we got Canada, and this seems to be a new liquid glue, and it's not coming out. Oh, whoa! A little bit too much there. That's all right. Just add a little liquid glue there. Close that up. Okay. Just hold that for a second. All right. So now what I'm going to do is I am going to take a piece of white, and this is 4 by 5 1/4, and I'm just going to cut it down just a hair. Okay. So that's 5 1/4, and I want this at 5 1/8. Oh my God, yes, I actually said it 5 1/8. You know me, I don't get into those small numbers. Okay, and that's going to go there. Then we have a piece of designer series paper, and that I'm going to need to cut at 4 3/4, and I'll put all the measurements on tomorrow, okay? So we've got 3 3/4, I mean, sorry, 3 3/4 by 5, because we want it to layer nicely on the white. I'm international. Yeah, I'm international, Kathy. Thanks. Okay, and that's going to layer up real nice right there. Okay, so I'm going to first grab that Tahitian Tide. I'm changing up the colors a little bit. Okay, so this is Pacific Point back here. Okay, whereas this one was the Tahitian Tide base. And now I'm going to use the Tahitian Tide ribbon. Because if you look, those colors are all inside here. They just go so nicely together. Okay, we're going to put that right on there. And then I'm going to actually glue a little bit down here first. Okay, just so I can wrap that ribbon around there. It doesn't have to be perfect. You can have different color blues. They work nicely together. And we have somebody from Wales here. All right. I'd love to see how many countries we got. I think that was 4 or 5 already, right? Wow. Okay. And one thing that brings us all together is crafting, right? Okay, so that's going to go right there. Now, I'm going to bring in this beautiful paper. You see, this one had a white wreath around it. We're just going to probably grab one. So let me grab my die cutting machine. And this is our new glitter paper in the In colors. Of course, this is the Tahitian Tide. I am going to go ahead and pull out that beautiful. Let me see if I can get 2 on here. I might be able to get 2 on here. I'm going to go up towards the dark end first. Okay. I'm going to run that through. And you can use the adhesive sheets on this. That would be perfect, but I'm going to use dimensionals. So I'm going to go up, and then I'm going to go back. Kathy says, I'm from the good old USA. Okay, so let's move that out of the way. Now, when you pop this out, you have this little piece in the middle. Definitely save that, because some of those little dies, that you can use that for the little dies. Look how easy that comes out. Can you believe that? Okay, let's see. Can we fit it in here? It might just fit. Might have a little couple of pieces that don't. Let me see. But I think we can do it. Let's see. I can like cut off that little guy right there. I'm all about getting more for my money. Okay, so I'm going to have a couple little pieces here that don't go through, but that's okay. We can hide that. We can hide that. Perfect. Snowing at your house in the Finger Lakes. Oh my goodness. Janelle, keep it up there. What I can't believe is the other day it was 80 here, right? I was ready to put the air on. And then Easter Sunday felt like almost Thanksgiving. It was so cold. Okay, so we're going to pull this off. Crazy weather. Okay, we're going to pull this off. So I'm going to show you how to use that. Even though the whole thing didn't come out, I can still hide. I'm going to hide that piece and you're not going to see it. Okay, so I can use that for something else. I can use that for something else. That'll go in my... I'm just going to push these that didn't come out too good. This is Take Your Pick tool, works very good for that. Okay, there we go. Now we got 2 of them. Got a couple little pieces that didn't come out. So let me see. Whoop, that's because I didn't clean it. That's fine. And this one has to come off. A couple little pieces. We'll just poke those out. just wanted to get some of the light color. That should work. Okay, let's just slide this over a second. Make sure all these pieces are out because this is the one I really want to work with. Okay, there we go. All right, so what's going to happen is, even though I think this one didn't quite cut, I'm just going to use it as a background anyway. So just so I have some, let's see, different, there we go. So that I can move, I can use that there. Okay, let me bring the card in. All right, so I'm going to lay the light colored one down first. And you see the pieces that didn't quite come out, and some of it got cut off, and I really don't care about that, believe it or not. I know people are probably cringing at it, but I just want to use that as a background with some lighter colors. So I'm going to go ahead and glue this down, and I didn't want to waste that piece. All right, so this I'm going to put right here. You see that edge that didn't quite cut? That's perfect for there. Then I'm going to grab this one and put these mini dimensionals anywhere that they will fit and not show. There's at least 3 or 4 places that works. Oop. Okay, let's see if I grabbed all those. Okay, now is where I am going to angle this so that both the light and the dark show through. I think that's a little darker over there. So how about the lighter right there? Okay, so what I have is the darker here in front of the lighter one. This is the lighter on this piece in front of the darker one on that. And I'm just going to lay that down. Okay, so I have 2 layers now of that beautiful paper. Okay, this one I think I'm going to use, let's see what we have here. I am going to use the You're on My Mind. Or how about Hello There? Let's do Hello There. And I think I'm going to use the Tahitian Tide. It was 29 in New Jersey this morning. Oh, I believe it. It was a little chilly here this morning, too. Hello there. Hello there. Hello. Okay. And grab some more dimensionals. So if you'd like one of these cards, random, I'm going to pick someone randomly from today's comments, and I will announce that Friday morning. Okay, so there I'm going to stick one underneath there because I don't like the fact that it feels like it's flattening out in the middle. There we go. Now I'm going to take this ribbon. I'm just going to tie this. And oh, by the way, when I send the card, I don't sign the inside so that you can use it if you'd like. You can gift the card to somebody else. I used to sign them, and then I thought, well, let me give them away. And you can use them. Okay, I'm just going to tie this. You know what I think I'm going to do with this? I think I'm going to tie another bow. And I grab a dimensional. What I should have done was made a double bow, but since I didn't, I'm making a fake double bow. How's that? Put that right there. So it looks like I did the double bow, but I just made 2 different bows. I didn't want to waste it. Okay, now I'm going to just trim this off. And I don't care that it's not straight because I'm going to fray the edges. I'm going to make that a little bit smaller. Okay. And then I'm going to take your pick tool, and I'm going to fray those edges. Blow off that extra. Grab those dimensionals. Oh, not dimensionals, the gems. And again, with this one, I am going to go with the lighter ones. Do I have any left? I have one left. Oh, I have a couple left over here. I'm going to go with those lighter ones. And these are, again, the holiday gems that are being retired. I'm going to put one here and here. And one more. I'll put that one right there. What do you think of that card? And then, of course, the inside. Now, this is a regular 4 by 5 1/4, so it's too wide, obviously. So we're just going to trim that down to 3 3/4. You think the waves die would work great with the, oh yeah, definitely, definitely. And that's going to slide right in there, and I can glue that down. Okay. And that's going to slide right in there. But I'm going to, first I want to stamp on it. So if this is going to be hello there, and it's going to be a gift card, let's take this one and just clean this off. Because remember, I had the white on there. So let's get that white off. My chamois. Yes, I keep my chamois in these plastic cases. And then when you're done with the chamois, always remember to leave it open so that it dries out. Otherwise, it will get mildewy. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and stamp this first. And then I'm going to trim it just a little bit more. I want it to be able to slide in there easily. So this was 3 1/4. Let's just do a little smidge off there. And then this will tuck right in there, and still those flowers will still be showing. There we go. And then well, I'll use my rewards card, but you get the idea. That'll fit right in there. And then it just closes. And grab another envelope. Thank you, Stacy. And let's grab that. I love this one. I love them all. Grab that. Grab that. And now we have another gift card holder. I didn't glue it down yet, but I will. Let's do that now. There we go. It's glued down. Would help if I glued it straight. Okay. So there we have another gift card holder. Oh, thank you, Linda. So I hope you enjoyed all 3 cards tonight that I demonstrated and all the samples that I showed you. Real quick, I'll bring them back in. There's the 2 gift card holders. We've got this card, which I cased out of the catalog. These 2, which we did with the embossing, the heat embossing. And then, oh, thank you, Kathy. And then these 2 with the embossing folder and the white craft ink. And then we have, I feel like I'm missing one here somewhere, but maybe not. And then we have all the pretty prints using the prize Peony for some of them, which is being retired. I hope you all enjoyed tonight's video. I thank you for tuning in. I will see you back here Friday morning at 9 a.m. Eastern Time. Let me just flip the camera. Thank you so much. Have a great evening and have a great week, everybody. And keep on stamping, Stampers. Bye. Oh, thank you, Stacy. Thank you, Linda. Thank you, Mary. Thank you, Patricia.